Alright, this is Erin Hobson with Red Hook Guitar, and I'm kind of continuing my little series with easy pentatonic solos. Stuff that I think as a beginner guitar player might be easy for you to learn how to play and learn how to apply that minor pentatonic scale. Because like I always say, it's all well and good to practice your scales and ascend your scales and descend your scales and learn your exercises for your technique and your dexterity and all of that. But at the end of the day, if you don't know how to play music and use these in music and actually play music with them, there's really no point in knowing it. You know, I see a lot of people who spend a lot of time on technique and getting technical and mechanical, but they really can't just play music. So applying these things to actual musical scenarios is a good thing. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. So I'm going to do the studio version of Eric Clapton doing After Midnight. Of course, it was written by J.J. Cale. And I believe J.J. did it in D originally. Eric Clapton does it in C. On the record, you could see live versions of them doing it in G and all different variations, and they've changed the song, slowed it down from, you know, this recording, but the solo in this recording is pretty straightforward and pretty basic. But so we'll talk about the chord progression first, because, you know, there's like a lot of ways you can play this using triads, which are 3-note chords. And I did a little video on triads a while back, and this would be a good song to apply them. There's different inversions of the triads that you can do. So I'm up here on a C chord. So everybody knows this C. If you bar C, you have this or this. So what I have here on the 5th fret, it's like the A shape. A sharp, B, C. And I bar that, so that's a C. So the chords in the song are C, E flat, F, and G. So C is on the 5th fret, E flat is on the 8th fret, same chord shape, F is on the 10th fret, and G is on the 12th fret. So you have C, F, E flat, F, C, F, E flat. So that's the main pattern. And then the one change is C, F, F, G, G. Then it goes back to the other pattern. So that's one way that you can play it. It's probably an easy way, because that's an easy shape to kind of move around and play. I like to play it like this, like using this C, and this is what I call the crazy train chord, because in Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads used that inversion. And what it is, it's coming from a D shape, but you just, so I'm doing 3, 2, 4 there, and that's movable. So if this is D, that's E flat, F sharp, G. So I go C, E flat, F, G. So the pattern would be C, and then the only change would be C, F, G. So that's just another variation on the same chord, just different, using different inversions of the triads. So that's the chord progression, and what he uses as the solo key is C minor pentatonic. So that's just that first box shape starting on the 8th fret. So I have 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11. Because you have the 1, 4, 5, C, F, G, and you also have this E flat, which provides that E flat minor in that scale. And it makes it a little bit bluesy. It's almost like a major blues. Alright, so the solo, I'm just going to kind of like play the progression and kind of give you the, like play the scale over it so you can kind of get used to it and playing over it, and then we're going to break down the solo a little bit. So here's the progression. Over this, just so you can hear what it sounds like over the progression. So those are just, I was just sort of quoting the melody. So the real solo is pretty easy. So let me break it down for you. So I'm going to give you an easy way, and then I'm going to show you like some variations and some different inflections you can do to make it sound a little bit different. So here's like a really basic breakdown. So if you slide into this 8th fret, right, so you got, and you do it 3 times. So I'm just sliding, you know, you can slide from the 6th fret over, and I got my vibrato there, right? And then I'm going to go just down the scale, just down the pentatonic scale. So 11, 8, 11, 8, 10, 8. So it's literally just descending the scale. So put that together, you have then he repeats that. All right, so there's ways that you can kind of make that a little bit more interesting if you want to do something a little bit. So instead of sliding into that note, you could bend into that note. So I'm taking the B string, 12th fret, and I'm bending, and then I'm hitting the 8 on the bottom string. So, and then I'm going to bend the 10th fret. So it has a little bit more inflection and a little bit more personality. So if you want to do something a little bit less simple, then all right, so you kind of get the same note. All right, so they do that twice, and then so that's skipping the string. I'm bending 10 on the G, and then I'm hitting 8 on the bottom. So, and I'm doing that 3 times. Do that again. And then the next one, I'm going from the 11 on the B string. So 11 on the B, 10 on the G, and I'm bending the G. So I go 11. So my pinky's really strong, and so is my ring finger. because I really strengthen those, and that's the way that I play. But I know for blues and rock, a lot of people prefer to maybe use different fingers on that, like maybe like middle finger here and pointer finger here, or even ring finger instead of this. So it's up to you what you're comfortable with, like if you want to play the middle finger. And then I go to the 8 on the G and the 10 on the D. So I got... So sorry, I started on the 11. So 11, 10, 11, 10, down to the 8, 10 on the D. And then the very end of it, it's just really 11 to 8 on the bottom. And then he goes to the 10 here. 10, 8. And then he just goes down the scale. 11, 8, 10 bend to 8. And you can do a pull off here. So with the whole thing together, I'll do the easy way. Heading to the 8. So that's the whole thing, and again, you can vary the beginning of that. If you want to use these fingers, and then so again, that's all from your C pentatonic scale. I'm going to play it in the context of the loop here, and we'll do that. It's just fun. I'm just kind of like playing around and messing around with that, just so you can see, like, you can really jam on this song and do it and have a lot of fun with it. But obviously, it's a pretty basic solo, it really just uses the scale and going down the scale. It's pretty, and you know, the runs aren't really all that fast. So anyway, it's just kind of a fun song to play around with. It's one of the beginner solos that I usually teach my students, and so I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you have fun jamming on this song. All right, till next time.